We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
We are supported by Walden University. You know that feeling when you've been thinking about making a move, going after the degree, the promotion, the thing you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday? Walden University is built for that moment. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working professionals get the W, the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to create real change in their careers and communities. Their programs are designed around your life, not the other way around. With Tempo Learning available in select programs, there are no rigid schedules or set weekly deadlines. You move at your own pace. And Walden's faculty aren't just academics. They're practitioners who bring real-world experience into everything they teach. From your first class to career coaching and beyond, Walden is your partner the whole way. Take the first step and learn at a pace that works for you. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev.
Welcome to Armchair Expert. Monica, it's a bonus Saturday episode.
Happy weekend, Armchair.
Yeah. So we had a fun opportunity to go down to Dads 2.0, which is a conference of just dads trying to be good dads, which is lovely.
Yeah, learning about all kinds of different dad stuff.
Yeah, dad stuff. And we got to talk with Rhys Darby, who is a dad.
Yep.
I fell in love with him in Flight of the Conchords, and he's also in the new Jumanji The Next Level.
Oh.
Ooh. I know they filmed a lot in the sand dunes, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to sit down and talk with him about being a dad. So here it is for your listening pleasure.
Saturday Armchair.
Maybe you're getting through a little hangover. This'll
perk you right up.
This'll gently lower you back down to earth. Enjoy Rhys Darby.
He's an armchair expert.
Rhys Darby, welcome.
Hello.
You carried a book out with you that you wrote
Yes.
with a few ghostwriters, or you did it?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
No, I'm very hands-on.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wrote it. It's a children's book. I'm a dad.
Yes.
I'm a dad.
Go
Yeah.
Been a dad for a while. I got 2 boys.
You sounded like you were saying I'm an alcoholic. I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
I'm a dad. You're going to find out sooner or later.
It just happened. I can't. I'm sorry. Now I've got to deal with it.
How many kids do you have?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Boy or girl? Boy, girl,
2 boys, 13 and 9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's their names. That's not their ages. Their names are 13 and 9,
Okay.
which is confusing because they're actually 7 and 19.
Yeah. They only had 1 year where it made sense.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. I'm going to sit like that now.
Yeah. Do you find that when I chat with people, I tend to mirror what they're doing? Does it ever occur to you, like when you're having breakfast with somebody?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I doing this? And then
Yeah.
well, he was doing it, and now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I know. It's
no.
weird.
They call that something, right? Like a man spread. It's like a power move on a subway.
Man spreading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with man spread, which is delicious and low calories and high in protein.
True.
Yeah.
I'd like to say right now, though, as a man, and I think some men here will back me up, it's not a thing that we try to do. I'm not going to sit down right now, I'm going to spread and man it. You know, I mean, we just sit down, you
Yeah.
know, and also we have junk.
Well, thank
There's
you.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm
there's
not,
stuff.
you know, I'm just defending men for a sec. I'm not like a rude, but I do sit like that a lot.
So sometimes they need to be snuggled, and sometimes they need to
Yeah,
air out.
exactly.
So when I first heard about man spreading, I got defensive initially because I was like, I have a protuberance down there. I have business.
Is that what you call them?
Yes.
Yeah.
At any rate, I did get defensive, and I tried to explain that, well, you know, there's a lot going on down there, and sometimes you got to kind of spread it out.
Yeah.
But then I saw some photos, and no, this is a different thing. This is assholes just like, yep,
So
this
some
is
dudes-
my
yeah.
space.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
territory.
Is there dudes out there tonight that territorial it like that, like full, you're not going to admit it, but if we went quickly, we've got a small drone camera, just send it round, let's have a check it out. And a couple of dudes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
They're showing a few people out. Great. Well, good. We got rid of them. Now, how long have you been married? Or are you married? Well, let me preface this.
Yeah.
Because there's a cultural difference between Rhys and most of us here, which is you're from New Zealand.
Another planet, country, yeah.
Left off of a lot of maps, I recently learned.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So I've been sort of helping to run a campaign whereby we find New Zealand on maps. Has anyone here seen a map without my country on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
IKEA
IKEA,
famously
Yeah.
sells one.
That was the most recent one,
Yeah.
which was embarrassing for them because they are just about to open a store in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best public outreach start. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one of the things I'm into.
But I do want to say you're from New Zealand, and when I did a movie down there some 15 years ago, and I found that many people that lived there had unions and had children, but they didn't get married. They would say my partner, and that was
Yeah.
new at the time for me.
Yeah, we're kind of progressive, very modern, one of the most modern, forward-thinking countries, I like to think, in the world. And so, you know, we definitely, the weddings still happen, but there's certainly a lot of de facto relationships, a lot of couples who are just, this is my partner. And, we've got 6 kids. I mean, yeah, I still have a lot of kids.
What do you
But
think
that's just bad, no contraception.
Is that?
and so
Would you
on.
say?
We do have it. It's old. It's like from the 70s. A lot of it's
Yeah.
used.
It's been a long time since
Pass
a fresh
it round.
shipment.
Have you
Yeah.
you finished with the condom? Because I'm thinking of having fun tonight.
You gonna have it all day, or
Yeah.
you think you might finish up with that sometime soon? Is it a more secular society? Why do you think they're so able to kind of reject that formal traditional?
We have always thought outside the box. We're very individual. It's because of our isolation. I mean, honestly, who's been there? Has anyone been? There's a few people have been there. Yep, I remember you guys when you came.
Yeah.
So this guy, it was a big night. You still got the condom because you could. Yeah, so I need that back, actually. That's the country condom, if you don't mind. So yeah, I think we are isolated. Next stop literally is Antarctica.
Fuel up.
We're further away from Australia than people think. That's why sometimes we just get missed off the map, because they go, well, we've got Australia, that's quite a big continent, and then, that's it, isn't it? And no one draws in the other little islands or the Pacific Islands, of which we are one, but we're just a very big one.
Yes, you are quite a large, good sized one. And I would imagine, because I have this even on a regional scale, which is I'm from Michigan. We're raising kids in Los Angeles, and I'm sure lots of it is just in my head, but I often am aware of there were kind of some values in Michigan that I would like to hold on to, and then there's some pretty cool values in California that I'd like to incorporate.
Yeah.
But I wonder, how conscious are you being from New Zealand, and then you live in Los Angeles, yeah? Mm-hmm. And do you ever think I think our kids would turn out better if we were back in Auckland? Do you have that fear?
Absolutely, but this is why, I refuse to stay put. I'm a man of... I'm not a rolling stone.
Well...
But but I do like to keep I'm on the run.
Let's unpack that for 1 second. Would you say, because I suffered severely from wanderlust, do you have wanderlust?
I think there's certainly a bit of that, but it's also put into the career choice that I've come up with,
right?
Or the one I was given through the stars,
right,
meant to be,
as was ordained by the universe. Yeah.
So part of that is, certainly leaving the isolation of, the most beautiful place in the world, New Zealand, and then going via Michigan straight to Great Britain, sort of the motherland for us, being a Commonwealth country. I grew up obsessed with British comedy.
Well, yeah, I was wondering, because if you grew up here in the U.S., you're obsessed with either L.A. or New York. Those are your options. And so being from Michigan, when a kid would transfer to our elementary school that was from California, it didn't matter what haircut he had, clothes, he immediately was elevated the coolest kid in school. Justin Tashura was his name. He wore striped Lee jeans, and we were like, we must get those. And they're from California. But I wonder, when you grew up in New Zealand, is London that destination?
Yes, definitely.
It is.
It's kind of like we go there, we feel like there's a connection, and so we go. Normally we do what we call the OE, which is the overseas experience, which means just going to London. And and then we work there.
Just going to the country that's nearly identical, but on the other side of the world.
You go there for 2 years and you work in the bars. So you become, and then when your visa runs out, you come home and you say, I've seen the world. It's quite similar.
Seen what the other...
What's the Queen like? I didn't get close enough. But... and from there, I guess it is the gateway to the rest of Europe. And, but being a comedian, I got to see a lot of Europe and then also the Middle East, Africa. And then coming to America was something I thought would never happen because of the whole, it just seems there's no access in terms of being part of the Commonwealth. I can work in these other places. But America was kind of like, well, you've got to get a green card. The green card, Yeah,
you're going to have to find some low self-esteem single.
Yeah.
In Nevada, and marry someone. To gain access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's almost in the too hard basket for us. But then, of course, it happened. I was very lucky to get on a TV show, Flight of the Conchords, which some of you guys know. Made by my friends and HBO. And so they said, come and do that with us. And I said, are you sure? And I said, yeah. And I said, okay, I've never acted before.
But before we get there, because Flight of the Conchords is in my top 5 comedic things ever made. It's so brilliant. You were so fantastic on it. But before that, you were in the military. Is there conscription in New Zealand? Is it like Israel where you've got to...
No.
Oh.
No, I loved it. But it is weird explaining it because why would I do it? Why,
Well, I want to get to the part where you know Morse code because to me that makes me feel like you're a time traveler. Like I didn't realize in any human modern world that you can do that.
Yeah, I was pretty much officially, and I tell this to people so that it is official, I was the last of the Morse coders.
Come on.
I learned it in the military.
Excited.
Yeah.
And then, at the time, and this is the New Zealand Army. Yes, we have one. And this was 1991. I joined up. By the way, prior to this, I was in the cadet unit, like
ROTC
as a
here.
kid.
ROTC here, kids do in high school. It's kind of
So we had this thing called the Air Training Corps, the ATC, similar thing. So that's like an Air Force equivalent. And then there's Army cadets. And so basically my mum sent me into these, it's just once a week, and you put on a uniform and you march around and you learn a bit of war history or something. I don't know. It was to get me off the streets,
Okay.
If I was on the streets, watch out. It was, I was,
take cover.
Yeah, I had a spray can and everything. I was like, quick, get him in the army. He's going to spray something.
Were you raised by a single mom?
Yes.
You were?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, mom was... Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I got 4.
Single mother, 5 kids.
Well, no. Mum and Dad were together with the 4 kids, and then I turned up.
In the wash.
9 years later.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I just crash landed in Nana's backyard, and I was found. So Dad freaked out and left.
Okay.
And so then Mum was like, well, I'll look after him, I suppose. But Nana did a lot of the looking after as well. And I got 3 sisters.
Oh,
so
wow.
Very,
a lot
very,
of female energy.
Female, strong. Yeah. And then my brother who, we get on, but there wasn't a big connection there.
Well, it's a huge age gap. But I do wonder, because I didn't have a dad around. I mean, granted, I'd see him every other weekend. I trash talk him way too much. He did give me hugs and kisses. I could have done a lot worse. With that said, I didn't have a male in the house whose approval I was gaining. I had a 5-year older brother, but he certainly wasn't going to give me any, because why would he? So I have been on a relentless course of getting male approval from the get-go. I just jumped headlong at it, and I'm just curious at all if the military is any extension of that experience
interesting.
for you.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility, but I think it was mainly down to 2 things. I watched way too many war movies in the 90s, and I wanted to be part of a team, part of something. I wanted to go overseas, and I wanted to rescue some POWs or something, be part of an action team.
Rambo style.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, I like machines, I like tanks and costumes, uniforms.
Costumes. I like pageantry.
So I like hats and helmets and
sandals.
Accessories. Always have. I would go down to the army surplus store and buy a lot of crap. And bring them home, and I had a wardrobe full of webbing and helmets and things, and Mum would say, what are you doing with all this? And I would dress up in it and go, look at me. And she'd go, what's it for? And I said, I'm an army man. And then eventually she said, why don't you join the actual army? So I did. And and I enjoyed it because of the equipment and the fun.
Yeah.
But I learned to fire all this weaponry like rocket launchers it was a bit of fun.
Absolutely.
Just at targets, I never thought of, the bad stuff where you actually go and kill people.
Yeah.
And I was a kid. I was 17, and then 18 and 19, I got older.
Yeah.
And
so you chose to get older.
I chose.
Yeah.
I didn't, and I'm still trying to, go against it, which is why I've never grown up. But I think during my teenage years as a soldier, I realized, it's not really the soldier I want to be. It's the actor playing the soldier.
Right.
Which, of course, from the beginning when I was buying the stuff and just...
You want to rescue people in the day in the costumes, and then you want to sleep in your own bed at night.
Yeah. I want it to just be make-believe.
Absolutely.
And so when shit started to get real, like you guys are shipping out and getting paratrained, I got brought into the office. My lieutenant, he said to me, there are other options for you. And when we used to do a lot of marching, I had a lot of fun. One of my best friends in the army was Brenda Cunningham, and we used to have a good laugh. Always had a great sense of humour. And we used to march, as you're marching along in a group, we would hold hands and would be in the middle marching along. And then... And then one day the sergeant major said, all right, halt! You two, Darby, Cunningham, come here. And we'd march over. Were you holding hands? No, of course we weren't. You were in the middle, you're both holding hands. You can't go off to war holding hands like that. We won't do it when there's a war. All right, carry on. So there was funny, and I just used to, I had a great sense of humor, still have, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I see the lighter side of everything. And so for me, I guess I live in a bit of a dream world. And so I didn't really realize what I was doing. And then eventually, like I said, this commander, he gave a pamphlet to me which had the university on it and drama. And he said, there's other options for you. And he said, why don't you go to university and study drama? And I said, well, I get the time off for that, will I? He goes, no, you could just leave.
That reminds me of one of the times I was fired in high school. I worked at a shop that worked on cars, and it was my birthday on Friday, and my boss said, tomorrow's your birthday. Take Friday off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll do that. And he goes, and then, Monday, just give me a call. We'll see what's going on. And I was like, what? No, Monday's my birthday's Friday. It'll be long over by Monday.
Yeah.
And then he's like, let's just check in on Monday and we'll see where we're at. And then I called on Monday. He's like, just keep staying home. He doesn't have it in him to say you're fired.
The casual soft let go.
Yeah.
I got the same from the army, the soft let go, the casual. So I left, and then, I think in university I realized it was the actor playing it. And so I got straight into comedy was the first thing. I was in the university sketch team, and then I had my own comedy duo with another guy called Grant, and we would do sketch together and music. And then from there progressed on to, just wanting to do more and more, and then went solo, and then,
And how did you end up meeting the Flight of the Conchords guys?
So I met them in New Zealand. They're from Wellington. I'm from Auckland.
Windy Wellington.
Yeah, so they're from the windy capital. So I didn't see them much on the sort of burgeoning sort of comedy world that was happening, which was, in New Zealand, it was fairly new around the sort of 1995, 96 when I started. So I wouldn't have met them sort of around about 2000. And that was only briefly as they were sort of formulating their ideas. And then we really sort of connected in Edinburgh during the Fringe Festival. And that would have been 2003. Yeah.
And then you started working together. And then Flight of the Conchords for people in LA was a very inside. All comedians loved it. It was like a comedy for comedians. And so I assume that opened up a bunch of different doors being on that show to you.
Oh, it opened up everything. I mean, I like I said to you, I never even dreamed that I'd get into America. I thought it was kind of like a big world that I wouldn't really get to sort of see. And here I am in the thick of it on an HBO show. We didn't even know, that that's the big thing. And I just got my first acting job.
And in New York City, right?
Yeah, in New York City. I'm there. I'm just, I'm young, good looking. I mean, the world was my oyster.
You were like 6'4" and 230 back then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful looking guy.
Just a gorgeous figure.
So there I was with these guys, and we created this thing together, and I'm improvising. We're doing a lot of, the band meetings for the most part. We're just trying to really make each other laugh and hold it together, which was so difficult. But we had the greatest time, and we did 2 seasons of that show. They decided to end it because it was just too much for them. They were creating, this is Brett and Jermaine, the Conchords. They were writing the whole thing. They had other writers as well, but they wrote all the music, obviously. And then every episode had 2 music videos in it that they had to make. It was just a colossal, but if you've seen it, it came out wonderful, and it was a heavy workload.
Yeah.
But I guess the point is that thanks to that show and thanks to America, accepting me into the realm, and then that show being a worldwide hit, that I bounced off and got other jobs after that.
And you could tour then, right?
Yeah. I went back to stand-up because I'd been doing stand-up for like a decade before then. Yeah. But I didn't do much in America. I just had to go back to the UK because, I was actually earning money there. Yeah. But then eventually got the green card, and I got the green card after that show, and then we decided, my wife and I, we had 1 or 2 children at that point, a couple of them maybe. We thought, let's make the move, and let's come to Hollywood and let's see what you can really do.
Yeah.
Darbmeister.
And so
to me, that was one of my own quotes.
Moniker. And having not had, what age did Dad depart immediately?
My dad?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's always been around, but he sort of just, they separated after I was born, and then they divorced a few years later, but he's been around, but he's kind of, done his own thing, and it's difficult.
Yeah, so when you had your first kid and you didn't have presumably a great role model. Did you have anxiety about any of that? Did you think, I got to be extra vigilant to do this right, or?
No, my wife Rosie is such a strong person, and she's really the dominant one out.
Rosie O'Donnell. People don't know that you're married to her.
Oh, now it's out.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. She always takes the reins. I'm sort of in the background trying on costumes. So I found a really good dad costume and put it on. And so then, it was easy for me to, I just love play. So kids, for me, it's just naturally, I just play with them like we're best buddies. So I just play toys with them and create stories and do all funny voices. And, and I'm still doing it with my 9-year-old. I still go every night, I jump into bed with him and still read to him. Even though he's quite capable of reading his own stuff. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Nice.
We had a really cool guest on, John Gottman, who is the Gottman Institute, and he's a clinical psychologist. And we kind of got on the topic of kids, and he said, that the real role that men can play as fathers is that dads play. Dads like to play. Dads like to wrestle. And it's such a critical part of growing up. If you watch chimps, like just the wrestling and the contact and the physicality, all that stuff is so vital to these bonds and everything. And I know that nightly I wrestle with my daughters, and it's the highlight of my day. And they're fucking tough. They hurt me regularly. Yeah. And you have 3 boys?
2. Yeah.
I have a question for you both.
Oh.
Since you guys both had dads that left, do you actively make it a point to parent in opposition to them? Whoa, stumped.
How do you mean? Like, make sure that I don't leave? I leave
You're-
all the...
Sure. That's true. Well, you're not there now, so good job.
Okay, another day. I look at my calendar. Don't leave. I say, right, dude, I was going to leave again. Dad would have left. I won't do that.
No, I mean, I imagine...
No, I think that's a great question.
Well, just because I assume that has led to a somewhat difficult relationship, but maybe that's not true. Maybe
Darby's refusing to acknowledge that his childhood had anything to do with his current life on planet Earth, but I will not deny that I am the result of that childhood. But for me, I'll say this. For 32 years, I was resentful at my dad, and I thought I was the victim of his kind of negligence. And then within the first year of having my daughter, I realized, oh my God, he was the victim. To miss out on this would be so much more painful than to miss out on having a dad. And probably by the age she was 2, I was like, well, I already spent more time with her than I was, than my dad spent time with me in 18 years. So we're already in the black now. So that's good. So for me, it was kind of hugely impactful, also hugely healing and cathartic to go just to realize that oh no, the saddest thing is that he didn't get to have this thing I have. I just get so much out of the experience. It is the foundation for my self-esteem. It's the thing that makes me feel very best about myself. I'd much rather be a mediocre actor and a great dad than the reverse,
Yeah, here's to that. Well, for me, I think Dad, there's other siblings, and so, like I said, there was this family of the mum, dad, and the 4 kids, and then they each of my siblings has 3 kids as well. So he's got lots of grandchildren, and then there was this gap, and so I felt like he's already experienced all of the children, and he didn't, he's like, I don't know. And so I had nothing special to offer. I've got 2 kids, Dad, man.
Yeah.
I have seen kids, mate. So
as you've been raising these kids, what have been some of the more perplexing, the more challenging moments where you're like, ooh, I got to really think this through. The next step is probably crucial. It feels important, and I need to really know that this is a defensible action I'm about to take. Is it just they pop up all the time for you, or
moments in their life? Well, they're both different, and I think that's the old adage that no 2 are the same. And you think you've got one sussed, and the first one was pretty easy, remains a pretty easy child. The second one, definitely more difficult. His brain works very differently, and he's definitely more challenging, but in the same time, it's way more rewarding, some of the stuff that he comes up with. And when we meet those challenges head on, he comes through, and he's so intensely loving. So, and once again, I'd love to say that I get amongst it and nail everything, but I have to give credit to my wife, Rosie, who really stop putting that out there, because if someone's going to believe it. But you know what? That I'm so much comedy that there's very little seriousness about me, and that's difficult as a father.
Right.
Imagine, like, go to your room. See, people are already laughing, and it's kind of like, it's hard to be that dominant force. With the second one in particular, with some of the difficult situations where he's very stubborn. He's very stubborn, won't do certain things, and so we had to manipulate our ways of how we make him do it. And so it's such a difficult learning curve. And for the first 7 years, it's just been, we were knocking heads, the wife and I, about how are we going to get him to do this or not do that when we can't lock him in a room, or we can't, he just refuses to. He's so headstrong. And I blame you, Rosie, because that's what you're like. You're so brilliant, and he's not all floppy like me. As parents, we have to change, because we can't be ourselves 100%, because we fall into that trap often with the first one, and we're like, yeah, we got it sussed and it's easy or whatever, and then the second one comes along and none of those tricks work of just being yourself. You have to completely change and realize that these little people are humans as well, and they've got complex brains, and they are going to do things their way, and they are not you, and so your methods of how you are not going to work. And so you've got to adjust, and you've got to drop your own stubborn ideas, and that really adapting, which I'm going back to the army now, because it was like adapt and overcome. It's one of the slogans.
Right.
I think it goes with like not having a very big budget in the New Zealand Army, so you've got to adapt. Like we couldn't afford ammunition for our guns, so we used to make noises, and I was good at it. So I'd come out of the trees going, and people would go, oh, shit, he's got something powerful there, run! And I'd go, anti-aircraft, and often I'd yell out, anti-aircraft, and oh, shit, he's got anti-aircraft. So it's just adapting. And then one day, a guy parachuted in and saw me doing all the noises, and I was busted. But up until that point, but that is the most wonderful. And that's with parenting, is that we have to change and adapt, and you find out about yourself the things that don't actually work, because you think, oh, we're all, this is who I am, and I'm pretty brilliant, and I've got it sussed. And then, hang on, I'm not. I'm an idiot, or I'm really mean, or your partner normally will tell you that too.
Yeah,
you
they're
can't
nice
do it like
about that.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of back and forth. And I'm watching Rosie do something with him, and I'm thinking that's not going to work. No, you've screwed that up, And then she'll come back and what would you have done? And I'll go and do my version. I'll come back and that didn't work, did it? Like, no.
Oh, we've had the conversation where I was like, fine, hon, you do it your way. 4 weeks. I give you 4 weeks to get them to stay in bed all night, and then it's my turn. And then on that day, I'm like, all right, let's get into it. Didn't yield any better results,
That's good, though.
Now, you've written a book.
Yes.
Could you tell us the name of it?
So this is my first children's book. It's called The Top Secret Undercover Notes of Buttons McGinty. Mm-hmm. And basically my idea was, I was a reluctant reader as a kid. A lot of boys struggle to read. They're not interested. They're out.
Well, boys are dumb, just in general, right? Yeah.
They're dumb.
Yes.
They like physical stuff,
Yeah.
and dressing up and whatever.
Well, hold on, okay.
But I graphic novels I quite liked as a kid. I was, it's got pictures. I can go with that. There's some action there, a few costumes. So But
You love your costume.
but then so I wanted to write a predominantly though funny. I had to, for me, had to be funny. I thought, so what will my boy, the younger one, the older one, Finn, he's 13 now. Never had any problems with reading. He read all the Harry Potters when he was like 8, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so the second one, though, he's less interested in the reading, but super smart. So I got asked by Scholastic to write some books. There's a lot of comedians are writing children's books. There's David Walliams, you might have heard of him from the UK, who does a great number of fantastic funny books. I wanted to have a point of difference, and so for me, I wanted to A, handwrite the entire book myself, and B, I wanted the book to be kind of like an Indiana Jones journal. So it wasn't just a linear story. It wasn't then he said that and went down there and she said this. It was mainly a collection of notes. If you found
like first person diary entry almost?
Like a diary.
Uh-huh.
But so this is the boy, Buttons McGinty, 12 years old, goes on this crazy wild adventure because his parents are both presumed missing.
Okay,
and so
but not presumed passed. We'll see in the sequel. Okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That recipe seems to work for Disney. Boy, they like to kill those parents
really?
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You can't even make it through the title sequence without losing a parent or
they're
two.
gone now, so you're on your own and enjoy.
It's the start of every great Disney film.
Yeah. So anyway, he's sent to this school, it's kind of like a prison school, like Alcatraz. It's on an island.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere, like between New Zealand and Antarctica. So even more isolated than where he was from. He's from New Zealand, because it's essentially me. So basically, my idea was that it would be a book of his notes that he comes up with while he's figuring out, this plot of what's happened to his parents. And so it's also full of drawings. I did all the drawings myself, and there's a lot of Morse code in there.
Good.
Because I'm the last of the Morse coders, and I really want to bring back Morse code. It's such a cool code.
Do you have
for
any
kids.
fantasies that there'll be some kind of apocalyptic event and that they will need a
Yes.
Morse coder?
That's the
we need to find a Morse coder.
Yeah.
You do have that fantasy.
I think so. I will now.
You should.
Yeah. I'm going to have that tonight.
Yeah.
And you'll be there.
Okay.
But you'll need to be rescued, you see. And you'll be in your dungarees.
Well.
And dangling somewhere.
Yes.
Where's Rhys? And I'll hear that.
Yeah.
And I'll be...
And did you, when you read, I presume you read this book out loud to your...
I read that every night. Well, this is the one book, my son Theo, the younger one, the one book that he was so excited about having, read, and then made me read it to him, and then took it everywhere with him, to school, to the restaurants where he's constantly reading it.
Man.
So I was really, really proud. Because, now I'm just halfway through the second one, because I know that he's waiting for the next book that he's interested in. So I've got him reading. Yeah.
We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
I want to ask you one question before we go about the fact that you have two boys. That proposition scares me. I'm often grateful that I have girls for numerous reasons, but one of them is the thing I learned about becoming a man I don't think is worth passing on, or many of the things. A lot of them still are, but I think it's a really interesting time to have young boys and to think about what is masculinity, what is it to be a man.
The world's a different place now.
It is.
Or we're changing it into that better place, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always struggle with this one. I always think man, if I had a boy and there was a bully on the bus, and man, I would only know what to say to him, what my dad told me, like, you punch him for, like, it would be so tempting to just perpetuate this thing we've kind of all been victims of. And I just wonder, especially, sounds like your boys are at that age where it's like they're really starting to construct their identity and what all these things mean. And, is that at all, do you think about that stuff?
Yeah, I teach them to hassle block with your wit darts. So, yeah, you can easily...
hassle block with your witch darts?
Yeah.
Is that masturbation or something? What you want to get is
try
get
not to
your
do that
wish
on a
dart
bus.
out.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, humor can override anything.
Yeah.
And so if you're lucky enough to have wit and be good with it, and if you're not, practice it, because any hassles that come your way, you can block by just being, I guess, smart and really funny. And make sure you're not alone, because because you say something witty that's going to bring that guy down, and then he sort of he gets hurt, and then realizes there's no one else around, and then goes bonk.
Yeah, not too many guys have been burned and been like, I've been bested. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I was going to break your nose, but now.
Yeah. But so the other thing is have friends, and also be really socially positive. And have a good energy about you. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when I was at school, I was kind of like very much in with the geeks. And there were some cool kids that liked me because I was funny. But really, in my lunch times, you either go and sit with one group or the other. I was kind of like a social butterfly because I had so many different groups that I had to go and connect to make sure that I was kind of like giving the laughter to everyone.
Sure.
Yeah, and I didn't do that.
Seeking approval from everyone.
I wasn't seeking approval. Oh. I just enjoyed, regaling my stories and showing my costumes. And so I think. It's always a difficult one, but yeah, this is a very much a different world. And both my sons, particularly the older one who's 13, his friend group, there's girls and boys in there, and every other gender of person. And so, it blows me away and it makes me happy. They mix so much more these days than they did in our day.
Right.
In the old days.
There's this tremendous documentary that we recommend all the time to people called The Mask You Live In. Did I get that right, Monica?
Yeah, you did.
Have you seen this?
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's really tremendous, especially if you're raising boys. It was quite eye-opening to me. I realized I checked every box of the cliche of what you're supposed to do as a man,
I don't think I would.
No, not in the positive way.
Not in a positive way.
Yeah.
No. So at the very base of it is we define boys, here at least in this country, I don't know how it is elsewhere, in opposition to females. So if you're a coach of a young boy, the worst thing that boy can be is playing like a girl, acting like a girl, crying like a girl. Only thing worse than that on a playground is that you're gay. This is like one thing even worse that you could be than female. And this residual effect of defining boys in opposition to females is, well, if the worst thing you can be is female, how on earth do you not start feeling superior? How do you get to college and you achieved masculinity through being anti-feminine and then expect the boys to have some foundational respect for women or feel like they're equals? And in all these very simple ways, we're giving clues to these boys, and I just think, oh, wow, we're on the precipice of redefining what it is, and it's encouraging. And if I had a boy, I would really hope to have seen this thing. I really applaud the people who made it, and maybe you'll watch it if you get it if you're not reading your book too often to your kids.
I will watch it. What are the costumes like? And
Well,
good helmets
mask is in the title.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah,
like a masquerade ball.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
I've got a few of those masks.
Pageantry, all that stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, what are you in right now? What do you got? You have this book, which is
I'm
fantastic.
I've got a few of these with me. I want to sell these while I'm here.
Okay.
And I think you'll really love it if you're a reluctant reader, boys or girls. Basically, for me, I'm really proud of this, and there's a sequel coming.
And you're selling them out of a trunk of a Toyota Camry in the parking lot, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a maroon
Cash
Toyota
only.
Camry license plate. 7-9er.
And I'll be there till 3 a.m. Tonight. And once that's done, as I say, I'll be on the run again. Basically, the New Zealand Army are just trying to track me down. And I've been on the run for years. So I've got to stop doing these big public appearances and getting in movies and stuff. But then Jumanji, I'm doing that.
Oh, right.
So that's Jumanji 3. A lot of people think,
Yeah.
The second one was so good. They've done making another one, so I'm involved in that.
Well, Rhys, I adore you. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this. I, too, have a book. It's not really a book, but Hello Bello is a company that my wife and I just started that comes out Monday, and it's all plant-based products for babies, diapers, wonderful stuff, wipes. It's all good for the planet, and it's crazy affordable because I have a chip on my shoulder about rich people. So
That's good.
So please see Mr. Darby if you want to get a copy of his book. And we thank you guys so much for letting us come and do a little
Thank you
short
for having
version
me.
of our show.
Thank you.